Hello guys, Sovereign Jane Jenkins here. So I just want to talk about my book, P Policy. It's a self-help book about setting boundaries and maintaining self-respect. It's a self-help book to elevate the consciousness of women in society. Okay, so I just want to talk about the origin of this book because trauma was the common theme throughout the book. And the reason why I decided to write this book was because of a trauma touch point with my biological father. He did not sugarcoat anything with me. He was very honest and very cut and dry. And to be honest, that's where I get my personality and my vernacular from. And he ended up losing his father at a very young age. So he did not know truly how to be a father. He was missing that warmth and that loving personality in which my stepfather had at the time. But my stepfather left when I was 13 because he found out I was his child. But once my father took over my rearing, things changed and I had to learn how to navigate falling out of love with my stepfather and falling in love with my biological father. And that is a difficult path to navigate because you have to come to terms with somebody is literally leaving your life by choice and somebody is literally encroaching upon your life by force. So there is this period of acceptance, and you do have to go through those 5 stages of grief in this entire period. And I talked to my dad recently about this, and he would ask me certain questions as if he forgets that we had to grieve the fact that we lost a father, even though we had one in the background the whole time. So trauma is the common denominator. He couldn't relate to us and we couldn't relate to him because we had 2 different views of the world. But the thing about trauma is that you have to figure out a way to heal. Now, I don't think he ever actually healed from his traumas, and that's why he displays a very cold feeling to the world, a cold feeling to other people. Meanwhile, me, my brother, and my mother, we have a very warm feeling about us, like we're empaths at heart, and that is our nature. So we treat each other with love and respect. But my father, he always has this cold, frigid nature that could switch at the strap of a dime. So writing this book for me was therapy because I had to realize that although my father is not innately evil, he does have some things that he has not worked out within himself. Meanwhile, I've done the work, and my brother has done the work, and my mother has done the work, but I don't think my father truly knows what the work entails for him because he did not have a father growing up. And to that, I have to give grace because this is my father. This is the man that raised me. And to be honest, do love him for who he is, although his personality is not very warm towards me or towards the world in general. But at the same time, this is my biological father, so I love him to death. And it's the same thing with my mom. So having these dynamics growing up made me realize that as an adult, I have to do a lot of personal development and a lot of personal work to get me to a healthy space today. And that is the goal, is to live healthy, live happily, and live in a healthy mental space because that is your job. And I recognize that was my job to get to that space. It's not an easy process. You do have to go through that period of looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing and discovering who you are and the different aspects of yourself and getting down to the wire and the nitty gritty of who you are and why you are the way you are and why that makes you unique. And you can be a positive light to the world because of those things that makes you unique, despite the fact that you went through that trauma. So really, that was my real motivation behind writing P Policy. It's all about self-work, personal development, and therapy. And writing this was therapy for me. And there was a review on my Amazon that said seek therapy, but this is therapy. This is the work. And the work is never done, truth be told. Healing is a continuous process, and just like living is a continuous process, and you have to know within your gut who you are and what result you want to get to in the end in the aspect of healing and in the process of healing, because we all have a journey in this world and we all have to figure out life for ourselves. And I think the most important part is knowing where you want to go. What's your destination? And how are you going to elevate and get in alignment with that destination? So it's perfectly okay if you're figuring that out. And it's okay if the world does not seem to agree with you. You have to stay on your own path and stay on your own journey of healing and stay the course, even when it seems hard and it seems difficult and things seem out of order. You have to figure out a way to shift back into order and recognize that everything that you are going through is happening to make you a better person. You're becoming a better person because of that. And even though you might feel like it's a hindrance and it's holding you back, it's actually molding you and pushing you forward into your future, because your path is slowly coming into your view, and you have to realize that your path is unique to you and you have to stay the course. So this is your reminder to be happy, be in a space to where you're willing to work on yourself and develop yourself. And as long as you're doing something positive for the world, you should always feel proud, especially if you have trauma points throughout your life.